My girlfriend said she needed space, then disappeared to stay with a cousin I'd never heard of. I couldn't find the cousin, but I found something worse. I spent way too long scrolling through her family's social media like a man losing his grip on reality. Family reunions, birthdays, Christmas photos, old tagged posts, graduation albums. There were cousins, sure, but no Mara. Not once. Not in captions. Not in comments. Not tagged in anything. At that point, my brain had already started doing what brains do when trust cracks open. It filled in the worst possible blanks. Maybe she made the cousin up because she was with another guy. Maybe the fight had been an excuse. Maybe this had been happening longer than I realized. I hated myself for thinking like that, but I couldn't stop. Then that night, around 11 p.m., she posted an Instagram story. Nothing dramatic, just a blurry mirror selfie with a caption that said, "Needed this reset." But the second I saw it, my stomach dropped, because that was not somebody's guest bedroom. That was a hotel room. You could clearly see one of those generic framed wall prints, a little ice bucket on the counter, hotel-style curtains, and one of those ugly decorative pillows no real person buys. I stared at that story like it was evidence in a murder trial. Then I saw the thing that made my heart actually start pounding. On the nightstand behind her was a man's watch. Silver. Heavy. Definitely not hers. And definitely not mine. I must have replayed that story 30 times, trying to convince myself maybe it was nothing. Maybe it belonged to a relative. Maybe the room was shared. Maybe. But I already knew what it looked like. And once your brain locks onto betrayal, everything starts lining up in the ugliest way possible. So I called her. Straight away. She declined the call. I called again. Declined. Then she texted. I said I needed space. Please stop. That was the moment panic turned into anger. Because if she was really just staying with family, why lie? Why ignore me? And why was there a man's watch in the room? That's when I decided I wasn't going to ask her anymore. I was going to find out myself.